Greetings, my fellow travelers, and welcome to Spirit Therapy with Nicole. I'm Nicole Tomasini, and here we go with this week's Pulse of the Universe with our new camera and a little bit of new lighting and getting acclimated to this new setup. It's amazing how just a little thing like changing the camera and putting a different light up can change your whole feeling of knowing this territory. So I mention that because that is the pulse right now. It's all new. I know astrologers and a lot of, seers have been talking about the newness for quite some time. And yes, it has been new for quite some time. But it's never been new quite like it is right now. And when I say right now, I mean right now. Like this week, like this is the week's forecast. So I'm going to give it to you in an analogy. So imagine, for some reason I imagine the Vikings, you imagine whatever seafaring culture you like, but right now the energy is of boats are going into the harbor. We built the boats, we tested the boats, we did everything we could do for this voyage. And now our boat is in the harbor and we're preparing for launch, for takeoff, to start our journey. Sounds epic, I know, because it is. It really is. It's helpful if you can look at, just sidetrack for 1 second. It's helpful if you can look at your life in a soul's hero's journey point of view, because when you can see it from the myth, it helps us to understand what's going on. So think about it. I mean, in my head it's the Vikings, so that's how I'll describe it. You're going forth and looking for new lands. You have plans, you've done everything you can possibly do from this shore that you know. And now you're ready to go forth and see what's up. And like any new captain, you're a little ADD. You're a little, did you do this? Did you fix that? Is that ready? Do we have all these supplies? I need this, I need that. I mean, there's like 19 different ways you can go. We've all seen the movies of a new captain. What kind of captain are you? Are you a Captain Picard? Are you a Captain Kirk? Are you whatever captain? That's what we're finding out right now. We don't really know. I don't expect you to answer that question. But maybe in 2 months we'll have a quiz and we'll see where you are. But it's okay. It's okay if you're a little ADD. It's okay if you're a lot ADD right now. I mean, there's so many possibilities. And talking about the bubble wrap from last week, it's popping now. So you're like, what? So learning how to come through that what. Learning how you deal with that. And, as a former actress, there's always an idea of a little bit of stage fright. Maybe not always, but a lot of times when you're starting something new, i.e. a new job, a new camera, whatever, there's a little, right? And that's okay. It's just what you do with that. And a lot of times when you just face whatever it is, it's your ego coming up and saying, well, let me point out all the things that might not work or could be a problem or duh. It makes it easier if you can just stop and look at it and say, okay, what are you saying, ego? What's the problem? And if it's not really a problem, the ego goes, what, are you talking to me? And we'll crawl back. It's just a big show. Or if it's really something, maybe you already have the answer. You just haven't really looked at it directly. And so you go, okay, yeah, no, that's not that. That's this. And then sometimes you're like, well, that could happen, but it also could not. It also could be the opposite. It also could be the most amazing thing you've ever thought of, possible. That happens. So, using the ship analogy again, it's about where we direct our boat. What's our chosen destination? Do you want the destiny that is amazing and you've never thought of before and now has presented itself, and so you can at least see where it goes, at the very least. But in order to see where it goes, you got to get on the ship, you got to pack your bag. You gotta go. So that's where we are right now. And we have our solar eclipse tomorrow, which that's the starting point. Maybe you launch that day, maybe you launch a few days later, or a week later, or a month later, or whatever. But the sailing season is now open. Hallelujah. Can I get an amen? Right? So, what are you launching? And it doesn't have to be, oh, I'm launching my new company, or oh, I'm launching a new relationship, or, it can come in a new job, a new car, and it doesn't even have to be something so distinct and obvious. It can be launching, which is more important than any of the things I just mentioned, launching a new sense of self, a new sense of who you are and how you communicate with yourself and what's important to you. How do you feel? What makes you feel what you feel? Maybe you're meeting yourself for the first time and really having a discussion with all the sides of yourself. That's going to serve you forever. Forever. So do that. And if that means sitting on the couch watching Netflix, then that's what it is. Because your mind, we don't realize how much is going on in our subconscious and unconscious while we're doing other things. But what's most important is that we find the good feeling place. It's very Abraham, but it's the truth. Find the good feeling place. If it feels good, then do that. And stop with the, oh, well, what have I produced today? Once again with the general, right? What have I done? Show me your work. I need to know that we are productive, that we are not going to become some lazy schmo that never has direction again. No. Everything has an ebb and flow. Everything, including you. And sometimes in order to get the new ideas and to know what to do, how does Picasso or anyone know how to paint the next picture? You just go, and eventually something comes. So that time is very important. That's one of the lies that Babylon has given us, that we always have to be producing something. No, that's not true. That's actually counterproductive if you're constantly churning out stuff. We need the inside time. We need the who am I? What am I doing? Which way does this work? Within myself, only you can answer those questions. Only you can. Because you're unique. We're all using the same tools, But we all have a different style. It's our own style. It's our energetic style. So now is the time to find your energetic style, to find out who you are and what is important to you, and do something about it, even if it's sitting on the couch watching Netflix. A lot of inspiration can come from there. And even if nothing comes, your brain has rested, and then you can proceed whenever it's time. So I guess a lot of the message here is to be nice to yourself. Realize that you are in the hero's journey. You are doing something that has never been done before, because if you're here right now, you are. And how do you want your story to go? It can be however you want it to go. And that's the stretching the imagination into possibilities that were never done before, never seen before, because we never thought it was possible before. I know, it's epic. It's epic. But wouldn't you rather that than, Teletubbies? Right? Not to, I don't want to bash anything, but what's going to feed you? What's going to feed you for the rest of not only this year, but next 5 years into your life? I mean, there's so many check marks coming up. There's only so much time that you can talk about it, but this is a planting year. This is a year that we are planting what we want. So why not plant the best thing you could ever possibly think of? And then, and no pressure, right? Do it, great, be awesome. But remember, it's just the beginning. We're just choosing our seeds right now. Our boat may be in the harbor, but we're just choosing our seeds right now. So relax. We're still in Pisces, 1 foot in front of the other. We can do this. See how the walking gait is. See what your pace is. Maybe you have a different routine. You're finding out how it works. And then, in a couple weeks, we'll have Aries coming in. So that's fire. It's the first sign of the zodiac, so it's a total renewal, besides the solar eclipse that's happening tomorrow. So the fire of Aries will help us to burn away some of the clouds, some of the fogginess, some of the ADD-ness. I'm sure a lot of things are still going to be coming through at a rapid speed at times. Of course, it's not constant onslaught. At least let's hope not. But whatever is coming forth now looks like will accelerate come Aries through till September. So build something good. Couple more minutes. Do I have anything else to say? Well, I'll just touch on the chakras again for a second, because it's come to my attention that that's probably happening for a lot of people. Different chakras opening up. Again, if you feel the need to freak out, however that comes, sometimes an emotion comes up. Maybe it's tears, maybe it's anger. And you hear my voice now, like it's getting very soothing, very, That's a good place to be with the heart chakras, especially the heart chakra, if that's what's opening up, because that affects all the others. And it's bridging the top with the bottom. So it's like a total integration. So to allow yourself, I'm going through it. I'm going through it right along with the rest of you. So what I found is if you just let it come up and not let anything that you feel or think freak you out. You know, we're the greatest judge of ourselves. So if we can learn to be discerning with ourselves, but not really judge ourselves too much, we're kind of past that. At least I believe we should be. And if we're not now, we should be soon. Really, because it doesn't serve us. You know, figure it out. Say, yeah, I like this, I don't like that, about yourself or others or the world. But at the end of the day, it's just your opinion, and it doesn't really matter. Everybody's allowed to be who they are. Everyone's allowed to feel who they are, and that's including you. That's the hero's journey. We always want to know what the hero's feeling, right? If it was just like a robotic, yeah, I got this, no problem, you'd be like, that guy's a dick. You don't care. You don't care about that one. You care about the one that's like, oh, am I worthy? Can I? Yeah, well, that's what we're finding out this week. So have a good 7 days. It's not just this week. It's progressing, but it's the beginning. So hopefully you paid attention last week to how you felt about things coming up in your life, how you reacted. And now this week sounds like it's about not judging, but discerning how it is you really feel and coming to a comfortable place with it. So if you would like to have some help in that arena to feel good about what's going on with yourself, we can help you with that at spirittherapy.nyc. Maybe a spirit therapy session, maybe a intuitive drawing, which you can see a part of right behind me there. So yeah, you can check us out there. We also do phone, so you don't have to be in New York. Both me and Zion, available with the technology. You don't have to travel. So, and that'll be my final message here. You don't have to travel to get things done. You don't have to move around to get things done. You can get everything that you need at times, and this is one of those times for downloads, for new ideas, for settling into yourself. So do that as we learn to launch our boats here in the harbor. Feel the waves, touch all of your beautiful carving handiwork that you did in order to have this vessel to move forward into, who knows, but it's going to be very exciting. All right. Thank you very much for listening. And that's it. So in love and light, I bid you good night. Have a wonderful week and see you a week later. Let's see what happens. We'll compare notes.